honor, sacrifice, pride. These are America's veterans. In World War II, they fought tyranny. During the Cold War, they battled communism. And in our generation, they served valiantly to defeat radical Islamic terrorism. Their service guarantees our freedom. Their sacrifice preserves our way of life. And we owe them an infinite debt of gratitude. This Veterans Day, let's give special thanks to the veterans in our lives, to their families, and to all the members of our military. These men and women have kept America's beacon of liberty shining since 1776, and they will carry the torch brightly for generations to come.
What's up, guys? How y'all doing tonight? Sorry I'm late. I had to work over, but I am here. So let's get this started. How's everybody doing tonight? There's Cindy, C, Jeff, Ghost Devil, Brittany, Hippie Grandma, Peace, Love, and Life. Uncle Filthy. How you doing, Uncle Filthy? Juju. Oh, Penny Riddle, Kimmy Pooh, Nani of 7, Hippie Grandma, Faye, Cool Gamer, Penny, and prayers to you, Penny. Prayers to you. Prayers to you. And there's old Dumpling up there. So how, and Digger Duck and Ghost Devil. So how's everybody doing tonight? How is everybody? Been waiting all day for someone to come on. Well, I watched Juju from work for a little while, Faye. If you ain't over at Faye's, you need to go over and sub up to that girl. Awesome streamer. She done some good work today from what I was seeing and what I could hear while at work. Awesome work today, Juju. Very proud. Watching Smack. How you watching SmackDown? This is Sunday. Somebody drop Juju's link in the thing for me, would you? Oh, you're more than welcome, Juju. As a matter of fact, hold on just a second. Juju, can you drop your link for me? I just seen it, Penny. I told you, honey, prayers for you and your family. And I hope everything's okay. Now, look at that, Juju. You can drop your own link over here now. All right, guys, we're going to talk about homeless veterans and the holidays, man. That really, really bothers me, man. It really, really does, because why in the hell are they homeless? Why are they homeless? Hello, Tennessee gal. They should not be homeless. Yes, Juju, you're a mod over here now, honey. You can drop them. Thank you, Dumpling. Look at Dumpling. Y'all, I got memberships now, so you can join the Rebel Crew now. And look at my first member. Thank you, darling. Thank you so much. Yes, they seek help, honey. But people turn them down. People turn them down. And it's a crying shame. Yeah, I don't know where to get an iPhone link. I got a peace and love. Thank you. I have to work on getting an iPhone link, Juju. Thank you, peace, love, and life. Thank you. Thank you, Penny. Thank you. Says stomp my flag. Stomp my flag. I'll stomp your ass. One thing I'm going to show y'all first off is and I didn't know this existed till today. So I'm going to show y'all this. This is a thing called Stand Down. It's called Stand Down. So it was on 60 Minutes the other day. Well, sorry, 12 years ago. But, you know, and that, I think that's, if I'm not mistaken, it was out in, I want to say California. So if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But it just, it's a thing that helps veterans get into homes and to help them find jobs and stuff like that. So let's watch this. And then I'll show you some other things.
1,000 military veterans assemble in a camp in San Diego. What brings them is what they have in common. They're all homeless. The vets gather for something called Stand Down, started in 1988 by a soldier turned psychologist named John Natchison. Then it was an emergency response to homelessness among Vietnam vets. But 23 years later, Natchison is welcoming the generation from Iraq and Afghanistan. Stand Down is a 3-day campout that's part jobs fair, part health clinic, part sobriety meeting. The name is a military term for the time when a soldier can put down his weapon and stop fighting. The homeless go for a shot at redemption. We went to understand why so many people who serve their country find coming home so hard.
The story will continue in a moment.
Hey, good morning, you guys. How you guys doing? We're going to have a great stand down this year.
It's a Friday morning in July. John Natchison is greeting his troops.
Good to see you. Yeah.
Homeless vets and their families who'd waited all night to get in.
We are going to open the gates. Let's do it.
They were literally a battalion, 947 men, women, and children.
Good morning, sir. Welcome to Stand Down. We'd like to give you a breakfast bag and something to drink. All right.
When people come in, they're instantly transported back to the military, a time when they wore the uniform, where they were proud, where they were walking tall.
You want them to remember a time in life when they were proud of themselves.
I want to evoke that person in them.
Natchison does that by putting them inside a military-style base on a San Diego high school athletic field. 30 tents erected by Marines from nearby Camp Pendleton. Here, there was hot chow, warm showers, clean clothes, and fresh hope. So who can you save?
People can save themselves. I can't save anybody.
You don't expect a miracle to happen when they come here for 3 days.
Oh, I do.
You do?
I do.
Ready, sir?
Yes.
Daddy, step forward.
The chance at that miracle came with over 3,000 volunteers.
Thank you,
who helped the
Demetrius.
vets check into VA benefits and look into
I'm glad
jobs.
you showed
How are
up.
you doing today, Mr. Lamont?
There was medical care, dental care,
Please remain seated and come to order. Court is in session.
and even a court where they could clear tickets for loitering or sleeping on the street.
Matters that are currently pending are dismissed with people's motion. You're welcome.
There you go, Demetrius.
Why are these people on the street?
It must be some gap that exists between military service and becoming a civilian. You're told what to wear, you're given everything, and then suddenly you've lost your entire family, you've lost your identity.
You think some people fall through that gap between military life and civilian life?
And for some people, it's a chasm.
All right, Mr. Worley.
It was a chasm for Charles Worley, who served with the Marines in Iraq. He's still in the reserves, subject to being recalled. We mistook him for a volunteer until we heard this.
How long have you been homeless?
Nah.
A few months, about 6.
Have a good weekend.
Thank you, ladies.
Okay.
Worley left the Marines in 2008 and joined the Great Recession.
Okay, let's go.
Like everyone at Stand Down, he had his service record verified by the VA. Then he was assigned to one of the tents that go by the names Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, and so on. Delta Tent was Worley's first home in a long time. Where did you sleep the night before you came here?
In Old Town Park down in San Diego.
He hadn't imagined that leaving a war could be risky.
I got used to the structure and was having a hard time adapting to civilian life because if you change commands,
Thank you
or
for their
move from job to
service,
job
peace,
in the
love,
Marine
and
Corps,
life.
they give you a checklist. When
Life
you get
gets
out.
pretty simple.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. It's they say turn right, you turn right as fast as you can. Without
Thank you,
bumping the
Uncle
guy next to
Guilty.
you. I didn't have a checklist when I got out.
Without a checklist, Worley burned through the combat pay he'd saved before he looked for a job. Turns out, unemployment among these young returning veterans is double the national rate, about 20%. The VA tells us that already there are more than 9,000 Iraq and
if I open it
Afghanistan
up tonight,
vets
Demetrius, you're
living
more
on
than
the
welcome to
street.
be up here.
Charles, what's it like out there living as a homeless man?
As sad as it is to say, I've gotten good at being homeless. When you have 2 pairs of jeans, a pair of shorts, and 3 shirts, and you don't have any money to wash them, after a while that you start to smell, and you smell, and so I just try to avoid people.
So you keep moving.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, how's it going?
It's a familiar story for John Natchison, who, as a clinical psychologist, has been working with vets for almost 30 years. It's a new generation of homeless veterans.
It is. This group is becoming homeless quicker than the Vietnam veteran. Vietnam vets came back. It took about 8 to 10 years before we started really seeing them on the street homeless. This group is coming back, and within a year, they're ending up on the street. And my best hunch is that for many of them, it's these redeployments again and again.
Over the last 9 years, 800,000 troops have been redeployed, sent back to combat at least once.
Please do. Thank you.
2, 3, 4, even 5 times. Why does that make a difference?
When you go back
Thank you, Messy Jesse. Same
and
to
you're
you.
re-traumatized,
Merry Christmas.
it also
Happy New
brings
Year.
up all the old stuff. Go back again, and it layers over the top of that. And so now we're getting to the point where it's going to be difficult for the person to function.
2 million troops have already served in Iraq and Afghanistan. The VA believes there could be thousands more homeless, in part because of the combat stress and brain injuries that roadside bombs inflict. Already, 250,000 troops have asked for mental health treatment. The troops that are going to come back from Afghanistan and from Iraq, is this country prepared for that?
I don't think so.
I mean, this stand down alone.
Saturday morning, we met Marguerite Summers and learned about something else that's new. There are more women among homeless vets because women now make up 14% of our forces. Summers is a former sailor who served until 1999, and she too had trouble making that transition
Thank you, peace,
from
love, and life.
military to civilian life. Shortly after getting out of the Navy, she got divorced and began drinking. Now, homeless 3 months, She is desperate for help with her alcoholism and meth abuse.
I have more potential than that, and I don't want to waste my life anymore. I'm tired of it, and this has given me new hope.
You said that you'd lost everything and your family.
I lost my son a year ago because of my abuse issues. I owned a home. I lost that. I lost my family's support. I lost my job. Wound up with a bunch of legal issues. You know, I was facing prison time. Just nothing good came out of it.
Addiction is a big reason some vets remain on the street for years.
My name is Woody, and I'm an alcoholic and a combat veteran.
My name's Eddie.
It's part of the deal at Stand Down that they come to the meetings that might be the first step to recovery. The best shot at rehab attracted Marguerite Summers to this tent. It was a chance to go to Veterans Village of San Diego, which sponsors Stand Down. Veterans Village is an $8 million a year program, much of it funded by the VA. It offers nearly a year of inpatient rehab, but it's overwhelmed. Funding is limited, and they were taking applications to choose only 68 patients out of the 947 at Stand Down.
Do you want to get clean? You know? Okay.
They were looking for people who seemed motivated. Summers wouldn't find out whether she made the cut until the next day, Sunday.
Hi, Karen. How are you?
As we walked around the camp, we found some of the reasons that homelessness among vets is a chronic problem, with 250,000 on the streets last year. A lot of it is addiction and debilitating illness.
Thank you very much.
Bill Yarling was more typical of those at Stand Down. Older, an Army medic in the 1980s, he'd been disabled by years of epileptic seizures. Here, Yarling knew what no one else could see, that the soldier inside hadn't surrendered. He washed off a year of homelessness and, if nothing else, enjoyed a ceasefire from the struggle on the street.
It's hard to explain, it really is, but it just makes you feel better about yourself.
You get back in touch.
Get back in touch with
person
reality.
you were.
Yeah.
Before you were
exactly,
homeless.
and as you can tell, I did. You know, but it's not easy living on the streets. Okay.
Yarling came looking for housing, but he found what Charles Worley discovered. Sometimes the programs don't match the need.
No, I have a bed problem. I need somewhere to sleep. And if I'm telling them I have an alcohol problem gets me a place to sleep, I'll sit through the AA meetings and the classes so I can go to sleep at night and not have to worry about anything.
Worley and Yarling couldn't get into available housing because they don't need rehab. There are other programs that provide housing for thousands of vets, but they cover about 20% of the homeless.
So we just wasted our time, didn't we? Texted every day, you know.
Stand Down can't track 1,000 homeless vets, so there's really no way to know how many might have picked up a lead on a job or a home, or how many decided finally to stick to their recovery meetings. What we could count were those chosen to go into that Veterans Village inpatient rehab program. Sunday morning, the vets came in one at a time, and most heard there was no room for them.
Ouch.
Marguerite Summers, who had no place to go, came in next.
You followed through this weekend, and we think you'd be a great candidate. Okay. Congratulations.
I made it.
Why do you think you can do it now?
I know I have that hope restored in me, and I have the resources, and I just know that's what I need to do now, and I want it for myself. You know, I'm done living like this.
All right, we need everybody in this picture. Come on now, everybody in this picture.
Sunday afternoon,
Ready? Yeehaw!
Stand Down ended with what they called graduation.
Come on down. Left, right, kilo!
They marched with military pride for one last shot of self-esteem. Bill Yarling raised the flag for Bravo Tent, Charles Worley for Delta.
So let's have everybody in the circle now.
They joined hands in a closing prayer. Then it was time to leave.
And when you see them leave,
You think what?
It's hard. It's like, you know, Godspeed, you know? And there's so much that people need to do to be able to reach that escape velocity from being homeless. I hope that they get it. I hope that they have it.
Recently, the VA set a goal of ending homelessness among vets in 5 years. The government will spend $1 billion next year on housing and rehab. But the 23rd annual stand down turned out to be the largest ever.
This is just great.
Marguerite Summers was among 68 who drove to rehab, while 879 others, including Bill Yarling and Charles Worley, picked up their burdens to rejoin their battles. Fresh troops fell in with a column that spans generations.
You know, guys, I'm going to tell you, I'm not a veteran, but I am a part of the VFW. I'm a part of the VFW Auxiliary. When I was younger, I messed up and got in trouble and couldn't join because of that. But to help veterans and to be a person that can show respect in my way that I want to, I joined the VFW Auxiliary so I can pay respects to my father, my brother, all my uncles, and every veteran that I've ever met or have never met. So watching stuff like that's awful damn hard. And it you know, it's around here too. I don't think there's close to 900, but we've got quite a few. I mean, I'm going to take a guess around 200 altogether. So, you know, it's a passion of mine to help veterans, and it's also something that just hurts really deep down inside to see this, that our country, well, not our country, that our government has turned their backs on so many of these veterans. I mean, my dad would never talk about it, but I have talked to some vets, and I've seen stories that when these gentlemen would come home after giving up their freedoms to go fight, not freedoms, giving up their lives to go fight, to keep us safe at night, to keep us free. And they come home and people spit on them, call them baby killers or whatever. It's so ridiculous to me. And now we're getting to a country where we have freedoms to say whatever we want to, which is fine. They can say whatever they want to. I don't have to agree with it, though. If you want to come in here and practice your religion, that's your prerogative. You may do so because these men fought for you to do that. These men fought for me to say what I say or to practice whatever religion I want to. And then some has sacrificed so much, and I mean so much, some even sacrificed their lives. And we still treat them this way. I've told this story in here before. I don't know if everybody's heard it, but there was a gentleman I don't know him or nothing, never been there, but he went to the VA to be seen. He was very sick, and they told him to sit in a waiting room. and he sat in the waiting room. And this is in our nation's capital. And he sat in there for 6 hours before anybody ever noticed him. And when they went to check on him, he had died in the waiting room of a veterans hospital. Are you for fucking real, people? These are the men that go out there and sacrifice their lives to keep us free and to... It just bugs the shit out of me, you know? It really, really does. But now, like I said, I'm a part of the VFW down here, and I will do everything that I can in my power to make sure that they have what they need. And if I can't get it right then and there, I will find a way to get it. Even if I have to sacrifice at my home to see that they get it. So, do me a favor, guys. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And you can also join now if you would like. But now also, like I said, I'm part of the VFW, and we're feeding homeless veterans here in my area for Christmas. The last I counted, we were trying to get 200, but so far, that's the room we've made, is what I'm saying. Right now, we got 137, and I know you need an iPhone link, and I'll look for it as soon as I can, but right now, I'll get it. But we're taking donations to feed them for Christmas dinner, and maybe a little gift if we can find one. So if you would like to, I do not want no money sent to me in the Cash App or the Venmo unless you don't have PayPal. But please send donations to the PayPal right there, because that's the VFW PayPal. It goes straight to them. This is my card that I carry around that people, if they want to, go to the grocery store and stuff like that, this is the PayPal that I use to go buy their food and stuff. But it goes straight into the bank. I don't see it unless I'm told to. So please make a donation right there. Cash App if you don't have PayPal, and put donation for veterans. And I will, it's right there on the screen. Dumpling. And if you have to put it in the Cash App, put donations for veterans, and I'll take it out Cash App and put it over into the PayPal. But please, if you'd like to make a donation, you do not have to. I don't know. I didn't get one, Karen, I don't think. Now, let me make sure. I'm not trying to be mean, but let me make sure, okay? But please, if you'd like to, not asking, but if you'd like to, please send a donation to the veterans at the PayPal link. If you use Cash App, put for vets in memo, yes. Hold on just a second, guys. And then I'll continue.
What if that was some candy I wanted to put in y'all's stockings? Now don't act like such a wild either. Well, I mean, y'all act like such a wild either. I can't even freaking talk. I'm not going to do this. Didn't even hear a conversation. No, I don't know wild either.
I'll have to look in a minute. Let me finish this. Okay, that'll work. I'll have to look here in a minute, Karen. Let me just make, I don't know, it may be in here. I had to cut my phone off. It wasn't doing nothing right. But I'm going to go ahead and show another video. Thank you, Juju. How did you do it?
Hey, Baba, I love you.
I love you, son. Guys, I'm going to show you a couple more. All right, I'll look here in a minute. I'm sorry, Juju, honey. All right, and this is another thing that I want to show y'all. Now, this happened in Pearl Harbor, and this was a gentleman that well, just watch it. It got to me too. So. I'll go ahead and watch this now.
On August 19, 2019, the remains of former U.S. Navy fireman First Class Billy James Johnson arrived for burial at the Santa Fe National Cemetery. But this was no ordinary burial. 78 years ago, Billy Johnson was initially buried without fanfare, without family or friends present to say goodbye. 78 years ago, Billy Johnson was a fresh-faced 22-year-old from the small coal mining town of Caney, Kentucky, in the eastern part of the state, about an hour and a half east of Lexington, on the edge of the Daniel Boone National Forest. On December 7, 1941, Japan launched an early Sunday morning surprise attack on the U.S. Navy base at Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. Billy was a fireman aboard the battleship USS Oklahoma, one of the 18 ships sunk or heavily damaged during the attack. Sunk within minutes by 9 torpedoes launched from Japanese torpedo planes. 429 crew members perished in the attack. Billy Johnson was among those killed. Billy's body had not been recovered at this point. Back home, the family was notified of his death, the Navy telling them that Billy was classified as missing in action and presumed dead. In the days after the attack and for the next 2.5 years, the Navy was able to recover the remains of all perished crew members, giving them quick burials at 2 Honolulu cemeteries where they were buried as unknowns. In September of 1947, the remains were disinterred by the American Graves Registration Service in an effort to identify as many as possible. But only 35 were identified. Billy Johnson was not among this group. The other 394 remains, including those of Billy, were once again reinterred, this time in 46 common plots at the National Memorial Cemetery of the Pacific, known as the Punch Bowl, in Honolulu. For a second time, Billy was buried without any real family or friends to say goodbye. Once again, Billy was buried as an unknown. Billy's dad, William, passed away in the summer of 1946. His mother, Zila, passed away 6 years later, both parents passing away without ever hearing a word about their son, Billy. Through time, family members of most of these unidentified sailors, including members of the extended Johnson family, had sent DNA samples to the Department of Defense, hoping one day these samples could help in the identification process of their loved ones. Gerald Clark, now living in the town of Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, was among those who held out hope that their samples would help. Gerald's mom, Marion, was Billy's sister, making Billy Gerald's uncle. Gerald had only met him once when he was 3 years old.
All I knew was the family, they talked about him every once in a while and kept saying they really missed him and like to know what the deal was, why they can't get Billy back. It's not like he was forgotten. He never was forgotten.
But gains were being made in forensics technology. And in April of 2019, the DoD's Department of POW MIA Accounting Agency, the DPAA, notified Gerald, his 2 daughters who also live in New Mexico, and the entire extended family with the stunning news. DNA samples confirmed the identity of one Billy James Johnson of Caney, Kentucky. Billy was ready to be brought back home 78 years after losing his life in the Pearl Harbor attack.
I was awestruck, to tell you the truth. I was awestruck. This has been so long in coming, and it's been in my heart for such a long time, and I have been at the forefront of making sure that he gets home.
Gerald requested that Billy's remains be brought back home to New Mexico, to the Santa Fe National Cemetery, for a third and final burial. Home, for it turns out Billy had spent his teenage years in the northern New Mexico town of Chama, where his dad had moved the family to take a fish hatchery job and later work at dairy farms. So on August 19, 2019, Billy Johnson finally came home. The extended Johnson family says Billy can now rest in eternal peace here in New Mexico, near his real family, where he should be, in his final resting place.
First rank about this.
On behalf of the President of the United States, the United States Navy, and a grateful nation, please accept this flag as a symbol of appreciation for Fireman Billy Johnson's honorable and faithful service. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Judy Grego, and I'm the Cabinet Secretary for the Department of Veteran Services. On behalf of the Governor of the State of New Mexico, Michelle Lujan Grisham, please accept this flag as our symbol of your loved one's faithful and dedicated service. May he rest in peace.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
He's been with his family on the other side, but on this side, he has a solid place to be. I was supposed to give a talk a while ago, and I was too emotional. This is the most emotional funeral I've ever been to in my life.
I'm overwhelmed with pride, with joy, having the family here together, but especially that he's home.
Armin, Commander-in-Chief, Tested Brian Duffy, Adjutant General.
This is another video that's pretty decent, I thought.
First off, I'm very humbled to be up here talking to you all today. For a living, I'm a motivational speaker, and I speak to thousands of professional athletes, from the biggest names to the smallest names. And when I saw Doc walk in here with the Congressional Medal of Honor, this is the first time in my life I got nervous to speak in front of a crowd. That's how much I respect this man up here. I was reading about this man back in the day. So I'd like to thank the VFW very much for giving me this award. It means more to me than anything I've ever received in my entire life. I'd like to thank my grandfather, Sergeant Jack Gardner, who is now deceased. This would be the happiest day of his entire life. I'd like to thank my mom up here, who who never picked me up, who never picked me up when I fell. She taught me how to get up when I was knocked down. I thank my uncle for always being there for me. And I thank all of you out here who fought in these wars. You have no idea how big of a deal this is to me. I was not always this strong guy you see. I went through a lot of hard times in my life to get here today. And a story I'll tell you with real quick. I tried once to get in the Air Force to be an Air Force pararescueman. And I quit for fear of the water. I was 175 pounds. I left the Air Force 4 years later at 300 pounds. I went from 175 to 300 pounds. There's a long story in there on how that came to be. But I sat around and read a book on the Medal of Honor. And those guys, all I wanted to be was an uncommon man. In my whole life, I was not that. Much worse than that. I read stories about men like you, Doc, who had the courage to jump on grenades and stuff like that. So I came home one day from working at a job called Ecolab, where I sprayed for cockroaches. Made $1,000 a month, weighing 300 pounds. And I got home and I watched a show on Discovery Channel of guys carrying boats and logs, Navy SEAL training. And I decided to make a change in my life. And I called the recruiter up and he asked me these questions. He had to meet a certain age, like a certain height and weight limit. I was 6'1" and 300 pounds. He laughed at me. 7 other recruiters laughed at me. One recruiter finally said, "Come on in, I'm too busy to talk to you on the phone." He didn't know how much I weighed. I walked in the recruiter's office and he looked at me and he said, "You're fat and you're black." I said, "I want to be a Navy SEAL." I didn't know there only been 35 African-American Navy SEALs at that time in over 70 years. He said I basically had to lose 106 pounds in less than 3 months because of my age. I was getting too old. I came back 3 months later, 106 pounds lighter. Thank you. And literally, I spent 18 months going through BUDS, which is a 6-month program. Went through 3 Hell Weeks. That is where I met Marcus Luttrell, Danny Dietz, Michael Murphy, another Medal of Honor winner. I went through Hell Week with all these guys, real heroes. I am not a hero. I served with real heroes. And from there, I went on to raise over $2 million for Special Operations Warrior Foundation. But I'm going to end you with this right here. I have the most respect I can possibly muster up for all of you in this room. I know what it takes to be a combat soldier, and I used to look for courage. I thought courage was a man who won the Medal of Honor. It is. But courage is a man who's going to put those boots on every single day of his life to go out there and fight for this country, and nobody even knows what the hell they're doing or where the hell they're at. You do it for the man beside you. Thank you.
See, that dude was awesome, boy, I'm telling you. So, sorry, I didn't know I had the camera. That guy had a pretty... You know, this, guys, I try and talk about this, but I just get upset at the way that they're treated. So I'm just going to show you another video. Well, I can't help it. It's a kid's TV and it's on 5. So I guess I'll have to start going online after they go to bed. But I'm going to show you another one, guys.
When an American puts on the uniform, he or she knows that they're putting aside their own personal goals and ambitions for the sake of the greater good. They know that sacrifices are necessary in order to preserve the freedoms of us all. Sadly, in funeral homes throughout the United States, there are untold numbers of unclaimed remains of military veterans.
When I heard about veterans were being abandoned on shelves in funeral parlors, I
Listen
couldn't
to this,
believe
guys.
it.
This is
no way.
ridiculous.
I said, no, it can't be. It can't be. But when we finally got into it, and I said, no, we have to take care of this. I took this at heart. This was my mission.
There's an old saying that says, may no veteran be left behind. We take that a step further on our committee and our chapter that says no veteran be left behind, either on the battlefield or on the shelf.
First, we had to get over the
These are veterans that have passed, and nobody's, come to collect their bodies or anything. And they are cremated and just set on a shelf and forgot about. How in the hell can that happen? I mean, veterans, but what about anybody? People that forget about them or they don't have no family members. Why can't criminals have pauper fields? Why can't veterans? If nobody comes to collect a criminal, he can be put in a field. But if nobody comes to collect a veteran, they're just put on a shelf in ashes. What in the? That is so unreal to me, guys. I don't know.
shocked that when she called me up and said, Keith called, we have to go to Flager's. I said, why? She's to pick up Donald's ashes. I said, his ashes.
I don't think
we have to be.
I don't think we have to be.
There's got to be thousands left in the funeral parlors across this country that people don't realize. I can't believe this.
I just was filled with emotion. I was just so thrilled that my brother was being honored after all these years that I just couldn't take it in. Because to me, I mean, he was my big brother.
And the service was just, I'm going to cry. So amazing.
I had two fathers. One was a Navy pilot and another one was in the Marine Corps during the Korean War. For me, this is an honor to do this project in remembrance of them.
I can't tell you how grateful I am to have been allowed to be a part of this, to have seen my uncle honored that way. But we're a close family, and this had fallen through all our cracks. Everyone thought someone else had tended to the remains of my uncle.
It's beautiful, but what of all of the people that never came back? I can't begin to imagine how you live with something like that.
Really, every funeral home needs to let these guys in. These guys are saying, listen, we'll take on the
Look
burden.
at all
We'll
this,
go-
man.
We'll go look. Just let us look and make sure that there's no man left behind.
If the funeral directors are still holding on to ashes, or if there's any chance that a vet could identify them, Brad, let them in. Let them do their job. These people laid down their lives for us. We live on the freedom that they provide for us. Every funeral director in the country should let vets in to go through their records.
they put it all on the line for us. The least we can do is let their brothers and sisters in the military make sure that they do that sweep, and they get those who deserve the honor. They get them the honors that we all owe them.
Sorry, guys. It just gets to me, man. I'm telling you. Just how. I guess I'll never understand it, but. All right, guys, we're going to bring some of you up here. So just remember now, we have to sort of watch our language now that I'm monetized. And I'm sorry about that, guys. So. I'm going to go ahead and pop that up there, send that there, pin it to the top, and there you go. Y'all like to come up? Come on up and we can talk about stuff. If you'd like to, you don't have to. I'm not going to stay on long because I worked today and it was a rough day. Go ahead and come up in the back if you want to, and then I'll be right back. What up, Oscar?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Not much. What up, good slinger?
Appreciate what you do. I appreciate what you do for the veterans.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, where'd you go? Hello, Demetrius.
Hey, Tattoo Rebel.
How are you, sir?
Good.
Turn
How
your
are
TV
you,
down
man?
the background.
Mine.
Yeah, if you don't care.
Okay. Hey. Hey. Yo. Hey, we turn that down. Yeah, turn that down. Loud. Try and see if you can turn it down. Is that a little better, Tattoo?
A little bit. What's up, Gunslinger?
I was just wanting to say I appreciate what you do for the veterans.
Well,
You're
thank you.
the only one that I know that do this.
Thank you, Gunslinger.
I have
When you're not talking to Demetrius, will you just mute yourself when you're not talking? That'd be better. There you go. Thank you, sir. And thank you, Gunslinger. What up, Uncle Filthy?
Oscar.
Holy crap.
Yes. You know, that is something. I mean, there's a lot of people out here that, I mean, they don't deserve to be in their houses and stuff. And don't get me wrong, everybody deserves a house, but I mean everybody. But yet, you can't help a veteran that served this country and done what he was asked. All right, we're going to bring little Miss Chicken and Dumplings up.
Oh, and Rebel said,
Say that again.
I say, can I say something about what you just said?
Yeah.
You see all these abandoned schools, you know, and motels and all. Why can't we donate them to the homeless veterans? I mean, I do not understand that.
Because the
Why do
government
they
can't
have
make
to?
money. Because the government can't make money off of it.
Well, in my eyes, they've done made money off them men and women's back.
Oh,
You know,
of course. But
and
it's
it
still
makes,
still all about the money, though.
but yet they'll let and I hope I don't get you or me strike for this.
Well, don't say it if you think it might.
I don't think it will.
Hey guys, I'm cleaning up the moving mess, but I'm here. Okay.
Okay, got you, girl.
But they let the migrant workers live in them.
Yeah.
I mean,
but guys, again, I'm gonna say this. Thank you for coming, everybody. I'm not leaving. I'm just saying thank you for showing up tonight and coming to the show. But if you don't care, drop your DNA on that thumb, get that share button, go over and hit that subscribe button, go all the way to the top and hit the all button. And that way you'll know when I'm live again. And I'll probably be live again tomorrow. I haven't got my schedule for work yet, so I don't know if I have to work or not. There's Becca, everybody.
I give you my DNA.
I know you do.
Becca, I love you.
Everybody said they
Hey
love
Becca. Love y'all.
you. Look, I know, Miss Dumpling. You have to show her what you showed me. You have to go ahead and take your camera off. All right, now watch it. You have to show her that. And Miss Kimmy,
Crazy Dumpling to the rescue.
and Miss Kimmy, don't you laugh.
Let me get it.
Juju says, "Hey, Becca."
Hey Darcy. Hey Juju. Hey Kristen.
Look.
Hey, Juju.
I love it. I'm not laughing.
You have to send Oscar one of them. Oscar would.
Hi, hippie grandma.
Oscar.
This is what I did for her, him and Kimmy loves it.
Oscar, we got to get one of them, and then you got to do a tag team in one of them.
There we
It
go.
won't stay funny because I'm too big.
We need a rhino suit.
Yeah.
I'll be the ass end.
That's in.
I'll be the ass end of the rhino.
Almost dropped my phone over the stairs. Hey y'all, I can't see Cat. Y'all better be nice.
Hey
My
guys,
unicorn.
I got to tell you this, and then we'll get back to the veterans. I want to try and break it up a little bit because, you know. But now, Miss Kimmy. Now you seen this earlier, right? So we know.
Where's she at? Why's she
I don't
not
know.
up here?
I don't know. But we all know now, Miss Kimmy, that Dumpling's horny.
Dumpling is horny, baby.
Stop
Let's
that.
take a bubble bath.
Look at Miss Kimmy in chat.
Don't you want to take a bubble bath, Dumpling?
Kimmy said she could hear me gulp when I drank, so I have to mute it.
All right. Markella. Let me put this
Kimmy,
up here, you guys.
Don't be laughing. You better
Y'all
come up
look,
here.
y'all look at this now. Seriously, now look at that. 33,136. January 26th. Count of homeless vets in America.
January 2022.
January of this year. The year we're in now. That is so ridiculous.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Oscar, have you found your plug?
Hold on a minute. Now, guys, I will say this. I don't care if we help other countries. I'm not saying that we don't, because as human beings, we should. But your home comes first, and America is our home first. We should help the people in America first. If we have to go to another country and help them, what's that saying? I mean, it's telling them that we got good people, but exactly. America should do their own country first. Now, Nani of 7 sent me something, and I have to go get it again. Let me see if I can find it up here, because I do want to show that. So if you don't care, we'll keep everybody mute right quick so I can play this, because I think this is awesome. Thank you, Nani, for sending me this. Oh, there she is. There's Miss Kimmy. All right, now let me show this now, and we'll be right back. All right. Anybody that's Gunslinger, if you can, mute for me right quick. Okay. Well, she stepped out then. All right, let's watch this right here.
The tribe has spoken in the high-stakes game of Survivor, and the finale is in. Mike Gabler, congratulations, is the official winner. A heart valve specialist from Houston was named the sole survivor and winner of $1 million prize. That is so cool. He is joining us this morning. First of all, congratulations, and thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you, Gianna. It's great to be here. Love San Francisco.
Well, that's great to hear. Okay, you have to tell us what this moment is like when you actually are crowned the winner of Survivor.
You know,
yes, I did,
Markella. To be honest, I mean, when you're, a big fan of the show, which I have been since the beginning of it, and to get all the way through and do the final tribal council with Jeff right there, and to be named the sole survivor is a little mind blowing, to be honest. But it was awesome. What a great experience.
I bet you have some very special plans, though, and very generous plans for your prize money. First, tell us a little bit about that.
So I come from a military family. My father was in the service. His brothers were in the Air Force and Army as well. And my mother's uncles, were in Vietnam and other places. And my buddies from high school were in Afghanistan and Iraq. And while I've never been in the service myself, to have the honor to serve them is pretty profound for me. And, having the experience of a lifetime going on Survivor and having all that fun and come back and do something good with the money just felt right.
Wow, Mike, that is so cool. I know that's a first for Survivor. So just to hear that happen, that is really, really neat. What a great thing to put your money towards as well. By the way, I hate to mention age, but you were the second oldest person to ever win the game, coming behind Robert Bob Crowley. So was age an advantage? Did that actually help you in your strategy?
Oh, absolutely, Gianna. Being older, a little wiser. It definitely helped. It helped me with my patience. Like in the first part of the game, I sat on a couple secrets for 10 days before I kind of dropped something in our merge feast to take out one of my rivals. And, that's something that I may not have had the patience to do early on, but I may be the oldest, but I'm not very mature, so maybe that helps me out too.
It balances everything out. Well, you're right. Age does come with, or wisdom does come with age. So thank you so much, Mike. Congratulations.
All the best to you guys. Thanks so much. Rock and roll. We'll see y'all.
We'll see you later.
That dude is awesome.
Yes, he is. Hi, Kimmy.
Man, won $1 million and just gave it up to the bet. I'm so proud of that dude.
Kimmy. Becca.
But Rebel, it'll come back to him 10 times. I mean, it'll double in his lifetime for him.
I know. But it's still great to see him give it to veterans.
It is. Because most people would not do that.
No, but he did. And
he deserves a good shout out.
I'll go look at it in just a second, Juju. I got so much stuff up right now that it's all three of my monitors are full. But I'll go look at it in a minute, Juju. I promise, honey. I promise. All right, we'll start with Demetrius and then go work our way around, and you tell me what y'all think about the homelessness here in America for the veterans. Go ahead, Demetrius. All right, we'll come back to you, Demetrius, okay? Dumpling.
I'm here.
You tell me your thoughts. You tell me your thoughts.
Okay.
I know you got
I'll
thoughts
try.
on it, so go ahead.
I think them helping. Okay, I love every race. Y'all know that. I love everyone, period. But I think helping everyone come into this country without visas and all that, paying for their doctors, paying for housing, they're opening. We lost Demetrius. They're opening gas stations and all that for without taxes. Okay, they don't have to pay taxes. We're helping everyone who is not. Everyone deserves it. I'm not saying they don't, but if we're going to help them, we also need to make sure the veterans are safe and housed and fed. We need to make sure we need to work on everyone in this whole world, not just leave out our most important community. That's my thoughts.
Exactly, and I agree with you. And the only thing that I want to say to what you just said, they ought to take care of the veterans first,
Yes,
our homeless people first, and then the people that come to the United States.
I can agree with that.
You know,
Children,
you gotta,
children for sure, though. We need to
Exactly.
put children there. Yep.
Exactly.
There he is.
Holy shit.
All right.
Austin.
What you doing, Dumpling?
You got to keep your cussing down, remember?
Holy crap.
There you
Holy,
go.
Holy cannolis.
There you go. Thank you, sir. All right, let's bring your sister up there, Dumpling. Your real sister needs to get up here, though.
Oh, chemical.
So we need to get.
What you trying to do?
Listen to this, Oscar. We've already got Dumpling. So we're going to get her real sister to come on and make her name Chicken.
Uh-oh.
And Dumpling.
Uh-oh.
All right,
With
go
a
ahead.
little crazy.
You give us your thoughts, Kimmy, honey.
I mean, I agree. We need to take care of our U.S. veterans first. My neighbor has a very hard time with her son trying to get help. You know, it's ridiculous. I think these immigrants should come in here legally and go through the system, do what they're supposed to do in order to reside here. And I wanted to say I went to LA with my husband on a trip, and we went to Long Beach, and I was shocked at the homeless there, I guess because of the temperature. But there were a lot that had on their veterans hats. And there were POWs. And I was shocked. it was like I just wanted to take them all home and take care of them. I mean, it was horrible.
Yep.
You know, there's even in the VFW, you see a lot of the vets come in, and most of them have houses, but a lot of them don't, and they still join the VFW so they can have camaraderie and people to talk to and let them know, you know, I don't have nobody, but y'all. We've lived in the same trenches. We've lived in the same mud. We've ate the same water, or drank the same water. I'm sorry, ate the same food. So I know what you're going through. And you know,
Oh,
most veterans they'll just break down and cry right there.
Yeah.
And that's hard to see a grown man, 70, 80 years old, crying because his country don't love him no more.
That's what
that is very
scares
hard.
me about my son wanting to be in the military. He wants to fly jets, and it just scares me. That's that. I
It's so
mean,
scary, but at least he'll have y'all to support him. You know, he won't be flat on his butt. I would be so scared, y'all. Bryson is 11, and I just pray. I know that sounds horrible. I just pray, oh my gosh. I don't pray that he doesn't want to join, but I pray to find peace in it if he does. Let's say it that way, because I'm just so scared of it.
Tyler is so, I guess it's because of my dad, but Tyler is so gung-ho, and he wants to be a Marine so bad.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
and
what
I'm
my
not,
family was.
I mean, I'm not going to stop him, but I'll tell him what I know it's going to be like. See, he's already a
Mhm.
part. Where I joined the VFW and become the junior vice president of the auxiliary. Me and the president and the senior vice president went ahead and made a little junior VFW cadets. So Tyler and Trinity and James is a part of the junior cadets.
Oh,
that's cool.
And we've got other children that's joining. And every time look, when we go to do a poppy drive, Tyler is the first one to grab the cup and walk around and, say, would you like to make donations for the vet? Tyler's the first one. So I
Rebel,
give him. Go ahead.
I have a thought real quick before I forget about the poppy thing. Do you think you and Becca could mail me poppies and I can do a drive with my kids here and send the money back to you for your W or VFW?
Yeah, but you have to have the nonprofit paper that we have because it has to be on site with you. And if you're not a part
You
of the
couldn't
VFW,
send that.
I can't send it if you're not a part of the VFW, honey. I'm sorry.
I was just trying to think of ways to help your VFW.
I know, and I appreciate it. I really, really do. But they make us take a piece of paper and lay it on the table that way in case anybody comes up and says, well, they're just out here getting money. No, here's our paper. This is a nonprofit for our VFW. And I don't have to, but I do.
We'll figure something out though.
I have to take these with me at all times. Well, there it is.
Yeah. Well, we'll figure something out. Maybe me and Kimmy can brainstorm.
Now I have to get new cards because I just realized that's the old address. Son of a bitch. Because we're on 6th Street now, not on 16, not on West State. But I don't know, guys. I'm passionate about a lot of things. I'm passionate about motorcycles. I love motorcycles. I love them. And of course the Rebel flag, but that's just natural. I never was so, I don't know if you want to call it enthused or whatever about joining anything until my friend come up and told me, he said, would you like to join the VFW? And I said, I don't know, because I didn't know what it entailed. And he told me, he said, we help veterans. And I said, well, my dad was a veteran. How do I get in? He said, all I needed was, the DD-214 that showed that my dad was in there. So I said, yeah, I'll do it. And I got him that. And You know, there's a lot of fun doing that stuff because we had the concerts to raise money for them, and then we've had wrestling shows like me and Oscar's done, and not just because of the shows, but just sit there and watching veterans and other guys just thank us for what we're doing. And I'm saying there's no thanks on my part needed, sir. It's thank you. And I've thanked them so much every single time. If they come up and thank me, I'll ask them, please don't thank me. I'm just doing my job to pay you back the respect that you deserve from us.
Yeah.
Because I know you didn't get it from other people. But thank you so much for what you do. And man, they just sit down and they cry, and they, like I said, it's hard watching a grown man cry over somebody just thanking him.
Sorry.
I was just gonna say, it's not that him crying bothers me, it's just knowing the hurt that he's gone through.
Yeah.
Was he on, Markella, was he on Foreign Soul? So what's it called? Foreign Ground? Then he's a veteran to me.
It's hard to watch you get upset when you're watching those things too.
Oh, wait till I show you the last one now. The last
Makes
one,
me sad.
the last video I show, it's the one that tears me up every time. Every time.
Well, before that, Oscar got a shirt to match his Nikes. Look at it.
Says life rips.
You see the pink?
I see the pink.
It's pretty nice.
All right.
All right. While you play that, I'm gonna clean a little bit more.
Well, I'm not going to play it yet. Everybody on panel is going to answer that if they want to. So
Oh, okay, I'll
I
listen.
think Gunslinger's already answered. Or if you want to answer again, though, you can, Gunslinger. Go ahead.
Well, I just feel like a lot of the money that's sent overseas that could be took care of the veterans here and the homeless. We could build them up, housing.
We can. And the only thing that I'll say about that, and guys, I'm not political. I do not like talking politics. So what I'm going to say is once in a lifetime thing. If our government would stop fending for themselves and getting $30,000 a plate to come to a dinner to celebrate the president or whatever, and taking $25,000 and buying a toilet to go in the White House, there's the money that could help them homeless. But no, we've got to pay these people.
Thank you.
And that's so wrong. Why do they get the big dollars just because he's running the United States? That don't mean shit. I mean, I'm glad he's doing it, but don't use all that money. Don't use all that money. Let somebody else use that money. Give it to the veterans. Give it to people that need it. You're sitting up there in a nice ass house wearing a $7,500 suit. Yet there's guys out here wearing fucking shit from the Salvation Army. There's nothing wrong with that. And the Kroger Cost Cutters t-shirt that they wear, and people make fun of them because of that. Come on now. There's something wrong in that area right there.
I agree.
All right, Oscar, let's hear your thoughts on that.
All right, I'll tell you what you do.
It's going to be good, boys, I'm telling you.
All right, you take all the nonviolent offenders in the prisons, you let them out. You take all the perverts, the rapists, the murderers, the scum, whatever, you put them on a giant airplane, you freaking drop them in the middle of nowhere, like somewhere like Iran, China, somewhere like that, You open up the prisons. You take the bars off the thing. You let the homeless people in there. There's beds. There's a kitchen. And do that. Everything else is cream cheese, eh?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
You could drop those bastards in North Korea and then just open the prisons up. That would save the taxpayers money, give housing to the homeless. Doobity doo, shadoop da doop. Nobody saw nothing. Open and shut case, Johnson.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I 100% agree with that. Cause okay, down here in Tennessee, there's the prison that shut down. Oh, give me a minute. Brushy Mountain Prison shut down. They're using it for tourists. They're making money off an empty prison because some famous people were there. Okay. You know the famous people to me, y'all, is every one of them veterans that went across seas or that put on that suit. They don't even have to go across seas. That put on that suit to keep us safe from foreign and domestic criminals. So, I agree with Oscar on that. Just my opinion. All right, now we'll go to Kristen. Give us your opinion on the homeless.
I live in Tucson, Arizona, where it's warm, and a lot of the veterans do come here because when they're homeless, it's easier to be in warmer temperatures, obviously, and not in snow and whatever. And it's devastating, absolutely devastating, and it's heartbreaking. It really is. My husband was in the Marine Corps, and I see a lot when we go to the VA. A lot of these men and women have psychological issues as a result of the things that they've seen and been a part of. And these homeless vets aren't receiving that care because they're homeless. They don't want to be going into the VA, they're embarrassed or whatever. And it's devastating to me. It really is. And as far as like another thing that hurts my heart is my daughter graduated almost 4 years ago. Her class was the last class that was going to be offered the JROTC or ROTC programs in schools. And they're defunding those programs, those military programs for these kids, and putting the money into bullshit stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, that hurts my heart because it's not giving these kids the opportunity to experience or to look into becoming a part of our military. So that hurts my heart as well. But yeah, it's Rebel, if you came out here, man, I tell you what, you'd shed more tears.
Any state that I've been in, I've shed tears.
Yeah,
I've been out there.
yeah.
When I drove a truck, I used to see all of it there. Trust me.
It's so sad. It is just so terribly sad, and I don't know. It just hurts my heart so much. It really does.
Thank you, Faye.
That's basically all I have to say. Is it's heartbreaking. If you see a vet, thank them.
Of course.
If there's something that you can do, offer. Hey, something I can do for you. If you're able to, or whatever, because these men and women have given their lives even if they're still alive, they've given their lives.
Exactly.
And, you know, so that's it.
All right. Thank you. Demetrius, would you like to say something about the vets, sir?
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. I wanted to make sure because it wasn't so loud.
It is, but it's okay.
I just, some of it's sad to me, and I just think a lot. Yeah. I just think for some of them for doing what they can for us, and you know, and you know, I feel.
Sorry about that. I don't know where you went, Demetrius.
I think he dropped out again.
Yeah.
He doesn't have good connection.
Kimmy Poo saw it. I did it with my mind. You saw me do that. I fucking did that. I freaking did that.
Thank you,
I
Oscar.
have to put a band-aid over his mouth.
Nani, what about you, honey?
Kimmy Poo
And I
saw
love
it.
you. I love your shirt.
Thank you.
Hey,
come
Lonnie.
from,
You
hello.
snuck in.
I come from a family of vets. My family's now extinct. My Caffarella heritage is gone because we lost most of the men in the service. My dad was, they say, the lucky one that came home, but he wasn't who came home. You know, I feel one of the biggest problems with the vets is they really didn't come home, and they all have, most of them have alcohol dependency and drug dependency, and it's just so heartbreaking.
It
Families were destroyed, and today's vets are different from vets in the past.
Very much so, yes.
You know, my son's a vet, and he plans on going back in. And my nephew's in the Marines right now. But it's a whole different world that we're living in now. And the men seem to be doing better when they come back than back in the day. You know, back in the day, they had so much mental health issues that they would cause issues in the families, and that's how they ended up homeless. Or they felt that they weren't good enough for the family. See, my dad said that he loved us more than anything in the world, but he couldn't be the man that we needed. And we lost him really to the bar and never to the streets, really, because he was able to really maintain a little bit of a job, but he paid it all to the bar. Every so often he'd step in and take us for a weekend or something, and we'd spend the weekend in a bar with him. But really, anything was okay for me.
Right.
Because, you know, you love him to death, and you don't understand. When my dad died, I said, Dad, are we going to let the military know so we can get a flag for your casket? He said, don't you effing dare. So
Wow.
my dad was buried without anything on his grave, with no flag, no nothing, because he was that angry at the government. And that's sad that's what our vets are facing. They have so much anger and hate towards our government that it's ridiculous. My nephew, he's in the Marines right now. He's in intelligence. Extremely bright young man. And I'd love to tell you his name, but I can't. I can't disclose it because
I understand.
but anyways, he said, Auntie, our government's fucked. He said, you just don't understand. He said, I'm gonna finish my time and I'm done. He said, I just can't. So he's coming back different than my son Jared did. Jesse's coming back with anger and hatred. I'm sorry. Anger and hatred and resentment towards the government, whereas my son Jared wants to go back.
Right.
So I don't know if it has something to do with the branches of service or whatnot, but it's like different worlds.
It is. It's very different worlds.
It's really I've done a lot for the vets. I've cooked for them for years, and I cleaned an old man's house, and I used to do Bible study with another gentleman, and just vets to me. That's my life.
Get
That's
down.
my whole family was that. You know, there's no guys, there's no family left.
Get down.
It's you know, my dad, when he come back, he didn't talk a lot about it,
Right.
about being over there. And my brother really didn't either. I mean, he would tell us bits and pieces that happened, like in the barracks or
Mhm.
when they went out to a bar or something like that, but he wouldn't talk about being, you know. And I wanted to ask him, but then
No.
I was afraid to, because
My dad,
I did ask my dad one time, and he said, "I'm not
you
going to
don't
talk
need
about
to
it."
know. Yep,
Well,
my father would say you don't need to know.
no, he just told me, he said, "I'm not going to talk about it."
Yep.
And my dad was never like that. He would talk about anything, but that one thing he didn't. No, he didn't want to talk about that. So
No, mine either. Mine either. And there's reasons for it. You know, they came back the way they did for a reason. And they gave it all.
yeah,
They gave it all. My dad gave his family and everything for it. They gave it all.
one more time, guys, and then I'm gonna show that other video, and then I'm gonna jump off here because I am tired. My wrist is killing me, and I'm not trying to be mean, but it's hurting real bad.
No, we understand.
I've done a lot of pizzas today. Thank you, Demetrius, and I'm sorry you're.
Can I just ask real quick, Oscar,
Yeah,
how you doing?
not too bad. How you doing?
Hanging in there.
Have you found your place, Oscar?
We're going to look at a house Tuesday, and more than likely hopefully we'll get it. I don't see why they would offer to show it to us if they weren't going to rent it to us, you know. So hopefully it works out. But she said the owner wanted to clean it up a little bit before she showed it to us. So we're going at 4:30 on Tuesday when my wife gets off work.
I pray that you get that.
Yeah, I hope we do. I went and looked at it, and it's in a real nice neighborhood. And from what I can see through the windows, man, it looks like a really nice place.
Now,
So,
do they know that Uncle Filthy's moving in?
nah, they don't know that.
They don't know Uncle Filthy yet, do
they?
they?
They don't know about that. Or maybe they do. I don't know. I never met the guy or the lady.
Well, I hope you get it, brother.
Yeah, I really think we will. I don't think they would have offered to show it to us if our application wouldn't have checked out or whatever.
And you know, one
So-
good thing that's coming out of you moving out, you won't be around the in-laws.
Oh, dude, it's getting freaking crazy over here.
I feel
that's
for
why
you.
I've been sitting in the car so much because it's just like there's too many people in the house and it's so loud.
I was getting ready to say you in the car every time that we see you now.
Yeah.
It's
So,
hard
like,
with living with the in-laws.
Even when my wife goes to work, I'll just like take her to work and chill
Come
in
back.
town for a while and just sit in like a parking lot and steal Wi-Fi and watch fucking YouTube. But
There's not a house.
I
There's
don't
not
know.
a house big enough for 2 families.
No.
Well, there's actually, see, her sister lives here with her 2 kids too. And then so it's her mom and dad, her sister, 2 kids, me, my wife, and our 2 teenagers who are huge. And
All right.
so,
Well, I'm sitting here doing this, and everybody's.
but we are fortunate to have a roof over our head at the moment. It's just, I'm ready to get in a place.
Good. I'm glad. Thank you, Demetrius, for coming by. Please stay. Please stay. But if you got to go, have a good one and come see us soon. But guys, if you don't care, to hit that thumbs up, hit that share, hit that subscribe button. Subscribe button. Sorry. I seen subscribe on here. And like I said, I'm doing a dinner for the veterans. So if you'd like to make a donation, you don't have to, but if you want to, please make a donation to the PayPal. If you don't have PayPal, send it to the Cash App, and on the bottom in the comments, put donations for veterans or donation for Christmas dinner, either one, and I'll know it goes to the veterans. And I thank everybody that's joined tonight. Thank y'all so much. I just got them tonight when I got home, so I had to fix it up real quick. So that's why I'm a little bit late also. But thank you for joining, especially Dumpling being the first, Oscar, and I can't remember y'all, but thank each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all. So if you'd like to make a donation, right there's the PayPal, there's the Cash App, and I'm going to show this last video. As a matter of fact, hold on. I'll tell you what, I'll do this right here. Hold on. If I can get my PayPal.
Hey, Ghost Devil, drop the link to Hippie Grandma's OnlyFans in the chat, if you will. Thank you, sir.
Oscar. Uncle Filthy.
I'm trying to help everybody out. What are we doing here? We help each other out. We promote each other.
My check
That's
hadn't
what
come
we
in yet.
do.
My check
What we
hadn't come
do
in
here.
yet, or I'll send a donation in also.
Rebel, before you play this last video, I'm going to go ahead and hop down, okay?
All right. Well, thank you for stopping up. Thank you for being my first member. I love you.
Yes, of course. I love y'all.
All right.
Bye-bye, Dumpling.
Bye,
Diamond.
Somebody said Dolly's getting ready to start. So if y'all want to go over there, jump on over there. You know you want to.
Look at this. Look at this. This is crazy over here, y'all. My kids
Well, if
got
you-
too many toys.
If you quit dropping your damn tea down the steps and have to run down there and get it all the time.
Stop it. All right, I'll see y'all, dog.
Hey, one more thing before you go. Thank you again. Thank you again. Don't wear that suit no more. Well, no, you got to wear it one more time when you go over to Dolly's.
My unicorn suit.
I know.
You want me to be a reindeer tomorrow?
Yeah, that'll work.
Yes.
All right.
Hey,
I need a pig suit next.
And
week.
then the next day I'll be a polar bear. How's that?
did you just say a pig
Yeah.
suit?
Why
Did you
not?
just-
You called me one.
No, I didn't. I went.
I also got the abominable snowman.
Oh, I need that.
Ooh.
Maybe
We
I gotta
could
go grab
celebrate
him
the
and do
12 days of Christmas.
one a day.
outfits.
Yep.
All right,
It's
guys.
another Christmas when I
Or
get out
6
there.
days. Sorry, there's not even 12 days left.
And I want to say I appreciate each and every one of y'all.
All right.
Y'all just have really
I love our security.
brought peace in my life.
Exactly.
I love our security.
We love you, Lorraine.
We
I love y'all too.
Gunslinger.
I'm gonna come and visit because my husband said we can get a new dog.
Ooh.
All right,
Yay.
guys. This last video I'm gonna show. If
Come
you don't,
on.
if you don't
Huh?
donate because this last video.
Come on.
All right, I'm hopping down, y'all. I'll see
Okay.
y'all at Dolly's.
I'm gonna hop down too, and I'll see you all there. But
All
I'm
right.
gonna listen in chat.
All right.
All right.
Bye, Oscar. Bye, Lorraine. Bye,
Bye, everyone.
bye, Kimmy, Noni, Ray. Bye,
Goodbye.
guys.
Hey, girl.
Goodbye.
All right, guys. Here's the video. So.
Three teens were arrested today for defacing the Kensington Park War Memorial overnight. The destruction includes painted messages against the military and the war in the Middle East. The three teens were picked up in the early morning hours after evidence was left at the scene.
Grandpa, something wrong?
Some people sure have short memories, and those who are too young to know need to be taught. Come on, I want to show you guys something.
Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan.
At dawn on the morning of the 6th of June, 1944, 225 Rangers jumped off the British landing craft and ran to the bottom of these cliffs. 225 came here. After 2 days of fighting, only 90 could still bear arms. These are the boys of Puente Lobo. These are the men who took the cliffs. These are the champions who helped free a continent. These are the heroes who helped end a war. You are men who in your, quote, lives fought for life and left the vivid air signed with your honor.
In the name of God and country, I learned to defy gravity. To honor my family, I lived in the belly of a beast.
I fixed the hearts of iron monsters. I became a worm in the mud for dignity,
For honor,
for righteousness' sake.
for God and country. I fought for you. I fought for you.
For you. I fought for you.
I fought for you.
I fought for you.
I fought for you. For you. For you. For you.
For you. I fought for you.
I fought for you. I fought for you, and I do it again.
What your country can do for you, and what you can do for your country.
Rebel, you had to make me cry, didn't you?
Sorry. Guys, let me tell you something. Them guys, they fought for all of us. So we could sit here and talk on this panel. They fought for us to do a lot of things. Now, we don't know any of them except the ones that's in our family or the ones that we've met. So we don't know them, but we damn sure do owe them. And if, that, and if that damn causes me to not get monetized on this video, so be it.
That should be one of your shirt logos.
The VFW's already got one like that. That comes from me.
I would love to have one.
Well, I just might make them myself. Because theirs is in the, no offense to the veterans, but the tacky green. I'm not a green person. But I guess I would have been if I joined the service. Got to join the service anyway.
Well, I like the green.
But guys, I'm going to say this one last time, and then I'm going to hit my video. And then if y'all want to, you can hop over at Jimmy's. And I might be over in a little bit, but I got to rest my hand for a while and eat. If you would like to make a donation to the PayPal, right there it is. As a matter of fact, don't send nothing to the Cash App or the Venmo unless you have to, so I can put it over there. But just make a donation to the veterans because they deserve it more than we do. Like I said, when I get my check tomorrow, it's going to be a small check, and it'll go directly to the veterans. So, because I done got my Christmas, we done got the food taken care of. So they can have my money. And then I get to feed them. I get to feed them. So that'll be an honor. So when we do that, if Joey don't care, I'll do videos of that. And then we'll watch a video.
I wish I was close to you because I'll be by myself Christmas and I would help y'all.
Anybody's more than welcome to if they want to. But it's not a, what do you call it? It's not a requirement. But thank each and every one of y'all for coming. I love each and every one of y'all. No, thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing with us, even though you made me cry.
Yeah, he made me cry too.
Did you forget about your back for a minute?
Yeah, kind of did.
You're welcome. Even though it made you cry, you forgot about that back though.
I can remember when my brother was in the Marines.
And when mustache on fire.
And when they were throwing the people out of Cuba, he was one of the ones that had to go rescue them.
Oh.
He said it was pitiful at the babies and kids and
All right, guys. I'm gonna get out of here. Thank y'all for coming. I love each and every one of y'all up on the panel. I love each and every one of y'all in chat. Thank y'all so much. And tomorrow we might go back to Quentin Simon. I may have some new stuff on that. Maybe.
Holy shit, you see the size of that guy's car?
Was that his?
Yeah. He's
Okay.
dragging.
All right.
I mean, he's got a rooster, gamecock.
Oh, I got you. Well,
Yeah.
guys, thank y'all for coming. I love y'all. I'm gonna
Huge.
Good
play
night,
my.
everybody.
Good
I'll see
night.
y'all over on Jimmy's in a little bit.
Bye bye, Oscar.
Bye. You have a good one.
All right, I love y'all. Be good, man.
Love you, bro.
Love you, bro. Guys, thank you for stopping. Remember, sorry, I took that off to wipe some tears. I'm sorry. Remember, guys, keep that flag flying and always fly this one. As long as it looks like this. Well, no blue stripe on it, nothing like that. But thank y'all for stopping. I love each and every one of y'all. And yeah, it brings back memories of my dad too. That one guy especially with his 2 grandkids. But y'all be good. Stay out of trouble. I love each and every one of y'all.